iFrames have been part of web design for years, and they're still used today. They can be used to display ads, videos, or other content on your website. However, is the use of iFrames bad for SEO? This video will explore that question and give you some answers. What are iFrames? An iframe is an HTML element that lets you embed another HTML document inside your own. It's easy to use and has become one of the most popular ways to embed multimedia content in text. Examples of commonly used iframes. A few examples of commonly used iframes include display ads, YouTube videos, social media post embeds, and Google Maps. Can search engines read iframes? While search engines can crawl and read an iframe, all of the SEO value goes to the original page or content that's embedded. So are iframes bad for your website's SEO? Some web developers use iframes on their websites to embed videos or social media posts without copying and pasting them from the original site. They also provide a way for users to more easily interact with content on your website by clicking links embedded in an iframe rather than leaving that page entirely, such as liking or favoriting a social media post. However, it's important to note that search engines cannot index these pages when they're framed, which means that you may not be showing up in Google searches even though you have a high-quality content elsewhere on your website. Like I mentioned before, all the SEO credit of an iframe will be passed to the original page or content. While iframes aren't inherently bad and can provide a better user experience, they don't directly benefit your website either. Best practices to follow when using iframes. When using iframes, you should keep the following best practices in mind. First, make sure Google can crawl your iframes. Obviously, you want to make sure Google can crawl your iframes. The most common issue among websites is when there are directives in place on your robots.txt file that disallow Google from crawling your iframes. To make sure this isn't the case, you still want Google to crawl and discover them so they aren't getting an incomplete snapshot of your web page. Secondly, don't include important content. Because SEO value is being passed to external websites via iframes, you also want to make sure that important content, like the keywords you want to rank for or internal links to other pages, aren't only found in the iframe, but in the surrounding elements of your content. And third, make sure your page is being properly rendered. You want to make sure that Google is properly rendering your web page. Like I mentioned with the robots.txt file, if Google is getting an incomplete snapshot of your web page due to rendering issues, then your website won't rank nearly as well as it could be compared to if your web pages are being properly crawled or rendered. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next SEO tip video.